Hello YouTube, this is Dawn Petalino, your transformational coach and best-selling author of Peace, Power, and Miracles. And today is Miracle Monday, where I offer you some tips and tools about how to access more miracles in your life. Now, today's tip or tool has to do with healing relationships that hurt. And these are the places where we felt that either we've been betrayed or somebody's blamed us. And there's a lot of hurt, perhaps there's resentment in the relationship. And what we can do to begin to heal that on a very physical level, but also on a spiritual, energetic level. So one of the things, the Course in Miracles and the Course of Love describe is that there's only love and there's a call for love. So there's love and there's fear. And, the Course of Love reminds us that when our world is based in fear, then whatever we value, we feel like we have to hold on to. But when our foundation of our world is based in love, whatever we value, we actually want to share. So what happens in relationships, it's interesting because it talks about this in the Course of Love, is that, you hold some very specific things that you want to receive from the person that you love. And you want them to love you and to show you that, you love them, and you want to make this relationship special. And in that way, if we don't get that attention, then we hold it as proof and validation that somehow, we weren't worthy, we weren't special enough, we weren't good enough. And so it almost becomes proof of our fear, proof of our separateness. And whenever we do this, we call this relationships. It says you actually hold people in bondage, and you call this relationship. You become a slave to somebody else, and they become a slave to you, which is the opposite of acceptance and allowance and sharing. So we want to be special. We want somebody else to be special, and then we kind of hold, each other in bondage, so to speak, this exchange, where the Course of Love says, if that's what's going to happen, you can only show up in a relationship as a special relationship or a holy relationship, as your true self. You can't come both. You can't show up as your little self and your true self. So the deal is when somebody's hurt us, or we feel like we've been betrayed, or maybe they come in and attacked us with blame, or maybe we're blaming them. In that moment, what we've done is we have felt hurt. We have felt our less than good enough is what's really been struck within inside of us. And it feels painful. And it feels like our sense of separateness, that we're just not lovable. That's rejection, right? So there's two things we have to deal with here. The one is that we really have to deal with the feelings of that. So, journaling and really getting out the anger, but not out to attack the other person. Don't take the action. You're dealing with the emotion, because remember, you're dealing with a falsehood. You're dealing with the illusion that somehow love isn't present. And you're feeling it not present in you, the rejection, right? So you're dealing with the falsehood, but you're getting the anger out because it's there. It's actually what's there. You don't ignore that. And you'll never get your heart reopened if you try and ignore it. So we journal it out, we get it out, we vent it out, but not to attack the other person, just in the knowing that I've got to get these feelings out. Because underneath that is the hurt. And when we get to the hurt, a miraculous thing happens as our heart begins to reopen. We feel the compassion, we feel the tenderness, we feel the, wow, I just really loved this person. We get to the love underneath, and that is what's real. That is what's real. And when we can get to the love underneath without blaming or attacking somebody else, without making their choice wrong, then it just becomes choices. It's not that there's choices wrong. It's just that they made a choice that doesn't agree with your choice. So they have a truth that doesn't agree with your truth. And then it's just about choices. And we can then release somebody based on, may you be loved. May you feel loved. But your choice or your truth doesn't resonate with my truth. And what we can do is we go and we listen to our heart. The truth will not be found in our head. That's where the story comes in. That's where the blame and the attack. And you get that down. It's important to get that down and get that out. But the truth is found in your heart. What's true for you? What is true for you? And that person has their own truth. And if they don't resonate, that's okay. It's just a choice without making somebody else wrong. Just as, so they won't make you wrong either. I mean, they may, but the truth is neither is wrong. It's all just choice. And so that's what forgiveness is seeing the innocence again. Seeing the innocence. And A Course of Love says it is only your heart, by listening to your heart, will forgiveness without judgment be reached, with this seeing the innocence, the love that's there without the judgment. So I just recently had this experience, felt attacked, worked through the emotions, had to get out the anger, go through all that, had to get to the hurt, had to feel those tears, had to feel my own sense of rejection, and also went inside, meditated, talked to my heart, listened to my heart, ask your heart to see their higher self, and then ask, how can love be brought into this situation? So in that quiet state, when you're back in your heart, then you ask to see their heart, and then you ask, how can love be brought into this situation, and see what you get. My situation, it was very interesting. I ended up writing a letter to her, a very compassionate letter from my heart that I wasn't planning on sending, but interestingly enough, at that very moment, she texted me right after I wrote the letter. And so I responded with a lot of the material that I'd written down, and that actually repaired the relationship. Now, we're still seeing different truths, and she's probably going to go her way, and I'm going to go my way. But at this time, there's none of the pain. I know that I'm lovable, and I hope she knows that she's lovable as well. All right, so that is your Miraculous Monday tip and tool, is healing relationships, is getting to the hurt, going through the personality part, but then also holding to the higher gradient of going to your heart and recognizing that you are still lovable, no matter what they've said or done, and they are still lovable. And it's just a matter of choices and to listen to your own truth. Your own truth doesn't have to be somebody else's, and vice versa. If you'd like more on this, you can check out the guided meditation on healing relationships that hurt. You can also check out the other video I have on this on finding forgiveness in relationships. I hope you have a miraculous Monday. Bye for now, and I look forward to seeing you next week.